Welcome everyone back to the European Journeyman Save. In today's episode, we have a transfer special, as well as potentially loading in some new leagues and potentially playing some Europa League qualifiers. One thing I do need to check is Ragashka, because they played in the Europa last time, and I can see whereabouts those games came in the season. I know Slovenia starts quite early. Okay, so it's not really that late. I suppose it's late enough after the transfers. Yeah, so June 1st is when everyone... No, it is July 1st when everyone becomes available. We may or may not play them this episode. Well, I guess we'll just see how we go. The first piece of business we need to do, though, is, of course, talk about the league. So, if you weren't familiar with where we finished last season, we came second in the league. We won the cup, which means we are in the Europa League qualifier first round. If you get knocked out of that, you go into the Conference League second round, yada yada. Whether that's this episode or not, we will kind of just play it by ear, see how things go. But yeah, so financially the club are in a little bit of a tough state as well, but hopefully some new sponsors come in, potentially. We don't have any debt, so perhaps the club might take on a mortgage or something like that. Excuse me. But the one thing we do need to talk about is the leagues. Now, of course, we have a optional, we are allowed to remove up to 2 leagues a season. I am thinking we just remove the 1, because Denmark, Greece, Netherlands and Switzerland are all massive steps up. Of course, Wales... That's gone, right? We don't want to go to Wales now. We're too far above that. So just to remind you whereabouts we are in the worlds of football. Slovenian First League is 36th world ranking. Swiss are in like 11th. Eredivisie, obviously one of the ones we'd probably want to keep for the whole save. Greece 18th, so a little bit lower. And then Denmark 17th. So really kind of close between those two. I am just thinking potentially getting rid of Greece, because the chances of moving into the first league are probably quite low. But then again, why not just get rid of the other 2 as well? I think we need to think. I think we need a little thing. So obviously we've still got some big countries left. Italy, Germany, France. Those are the ones you want to get in and keep forever. But whether we need to do that this early, I don't know. We definitely don't need Wales. That's gone. I'm just thinking the chances of getting another good nation in are obviously bigger if we have 2 rolls of the wheel. The other option is we get rid of one of these fairly good nations, which would be a big step up for us, and get like 2 poor nations. Now, the good and bad of that is we get rid of the bad nations early in the save, where we're probably not going to get any job offers anyway. So usually what I find in Football Manager is that you start to get job offers around 2.5, 3 stars of reputation. You can get them earlier. It really just depends. If you're managing in England, it's usually quite good to get job offers. It depends on different football managers. Of course, we've not really been here that long. We've only joined in 2024. It's only 2026 now. So we've not actually been at Tabor. We wouldn't really move unless it was a big step up anyway. Of course, we can't go searching for jobs. But if you look at like the best way to know whether you're probably in the rankings for a job is to look at the leading candidates. So if we were wanting to move, we're a 1.5 star reputation manager. The kind of managers that are in for these Eredivisie jobs, okay, he's 2 stars, so not really massively up. But obviously Vieira, 3.5 star. So maybe he's just... Yeah, but he's Dutch as well. So you're obviously much more likely to get a job in a country you're from. Vieira obviously got big reputation, so he's more well known worldwide. We won't be known at all. The Greek League 2 is obviously a step down for us. So their managers are probably about our level. But again, they're kind of around where we are. And that's a step down for us. So the only option is obviously we don't want to go to another club in Slovenia. I think that's off the table. We definitely have a good enough club here to win the league. So we have to make a judgment call on whether it's worth risking one of these leagues. I would say, just out of personal preference, the Greek League, I don't know. I'm feeling like the Greek League is pretty cool because I do like a lot of the teams, Olympia. But I would say that, to be honest, the only clubs I'd want to join are probably way too out of our reach now. Whereas in Denmark, I would say probably there's a lot more clubs that I would probably be quite happy to join in Denmark. Switzerland's the kind of the same. I would be quite happy joining most of these clubs. Whereas in Greece, I'd only really want to join like Panathinaikos, basically these top 4. Any of these wouldn't be that interesting to me. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. We of course can't get rid of Slovenia because we're managing here. We obviously want to keep Netherlands. It's kind of I would say, I don't know. Because I don't really have a strong feeling on getting rid of them, I'm actually just going to get rid of the one. I think that's probably, I don't know. That's probably the best move. I think we'll just do the one for this season. And then if I kind of regret that, we'll obviously do two next season. So we're just going to get rid of Wales. We'll get the wheel up. I know I've been yapping about this for quite some time. So we'll get the wheel up and we'll get our new one country. Only one this time. Again, it's optional. We don't have to get rid of any. But yeah, we're just going to do the one. And do I want to just do one? I don't want to get rid of Greece. Do I really want to go managing Greece? What's Europe like in Greece? How do I get to it? What's the Europe situation like? Oh, it's 5. 5 versus... Imagine it's in this one. Oh, I don't really get this at all. Okay, so only 4, but they are better. They are better. Oh, I don't know. Switzerland, what's the dealio there? I mean, there's not that many teams, so the chances of getting into Europe is pretty good. Okay. 5, yeah. All right. I think we're just going to get rid of the one. We'll get rid of Wales, of course. Never had any interest going there unless it was really early in the save. And we'll get the wheel up and do our new one country. So we've got the wheel up, of course. This is just the... I was looking in the wrong place there. This is, of course, just the teams that are left. Again, we'd really ideally probably want something quite close to Croatia. What am I talking about? Close to Slovenia. Italy would be good because I've noticed there's a lot of players that move from Italy to Slovenia. So perhaps that could be a good route into getting into one of the big nations. Of course, any of the big nations would be good. Germany, France. Because obviously you would trade in... As much as fun as it is would be playing European qualifiers, you trade that in to go to like a Serie B side or the second Bundesliga or something like that. Scotland would be good still because obviously that would be quite a step up and probably one of the few predominantly English-speaking countries left. But then there is some stinkers in there. Basically all the other English-speaking ones, Gibraltar, Ireland, Northern Ireland. Yeah, we don't really want those. So we already got Wales. So yeah, Spain, Turkey would be good. But we'll just see what we get. Hopefully not a stinker, hopefully a good one, but the wheel can be a cruel mistress, but it can also be very generous. This could be Serbia. Is that close to Slovenia? I don't know. I don't know my geography that well. We are going to go to Serbia, though. I feel like that's just middle. It's not bad. It's not great. We'll take it, though. Serbia, of course, gets removed, and that's the club we're going to add, so we will delete the window capture. Seeing behind the scenes here. You are gone. And there we go. Back to Football Manager. So let us add Serbia in. Serbia have 2 leagues. And they will be playable from the 16th of June. So very early. Serbian Super League. Predominantly won by Red Star. I think is that Red Star? Crvena, whatever. Yeah. Partizan are a cool club. I do like Partizan. Outside of that, I don't know too many of the clubs, to be honest with you. So I think it's okay. Where are they in the world of football? Oh, we can't see, can we? Okay, we can't see, but there you go. The problem is, though, is that the teams you actually want to go to in these leagues do pretty well, so it's really unlikely those jobs are going to come available. I would say, you know what? I would say it's a little bit of a stinker because we're probably not going to get any of the big clubs, and we're probably not going to get any, we probably wouldn't want to go to any of the smaller ones, but you never know. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? What we do know, though, is Wales is leaving and Serbia is coming in. So now we need to talk about the actual state of our club. So, of course, we have no real interest in leaving. At the minute, things are going well. We will try and start our new yearly course. We have a contract until the end of next season. So, again, we are under contract. And we have no reason to leave. Things are going well. We almost won the league last year. We won the cup. So things are going really well, and we have, again, no real reason to leave. Only, again, we can't leave unless we get a job interview, and at the minute, we haven't had any. So we are staying at Sezana for the foreseeable future, and that foreseeable future will look something like this. So obviously Cavell won't be in the squad, and neither will Bernardo. So these are the players that we have. Of course, we have Aubergeon as well, can come in. Bernardo can't come in. Egan Riley will, of course, be in the club. We'll just put him at centre-back for now. So this is pretty much what we're working with. Irabiso won't be here, so we will chuck Shaibu in, chuck Irabiso out. Is that everyone else? That's everyone else gone. So, of course, Irabiso will be leaving at the end of his deal. He's only okay. And Bernardo's, of course, retiring. So he's gone. Cavell and Vogrincic, his loans will be done, and that will be the end of those. We will probably try and move Aubergeon on. He's not really been very good. Other than that, I'm happy with the squad. I think we need a striker. Wingers I'm happy with. Midfield I'm happy with. Left back we really need. Centre back we really need. I'm actually happy with Kurcija. I would keep Kurcija. I'm happy with that. So, centre-back, left-back, and striker. Probably 2 strikers. And ideally, an under-21 player of our own who's good. From our academy, we have 2 players who could potentially come up and fill that role. We've got Sandy Kanka, attacking midfielder, can play up front. And then Rock Pahor. Both of them are sort of 3rd division players. He's actually a 2nd division player now. So they could be the under 21 that we need. He's obviously got some decent potential, first league potential. So they could be the players that come in. You never know. But for now, we don't have one. So it would be good to get one in who's first team quality. Again, I don't know what the finances are going to be for next season. We haven't got our budgets yet, so we'll just play it by ear. Yeah, but I think the length of this video already, we probably won't do the qualifier, the Europa qualifiers. We'll save that for next episode. That'll be the first episode next time out. So it could be a little bit shorter of a transfer special. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But that's going to, so that we have, of course, here in 22nd of May. Don't really get transfers till 1st of July anyway with us. So we'll see how it goes. Actually, no, we do. We do have a couple boys coming in. I forgot. Pre-season. No, we got one coming in. Pre-season. Done deal. Manuel Ortola, 18-year-old centre-back. Looks really good. He was playing for a club in Spain called Intercity. And I think they're like a B team or a youth team for Alicante. Don't know, but he's joined us on a free. I don't think we're paying him that much either. I really can't remember. It isn't a lot, though. Like £500 a week or something. So not a crazy deal. I can't remember how long it is, but he's going to join us 1st of July. He's our new centre-back, so I guess we probably still need another centre-back to replace Moretti, but because we only have the 2. But he looks really good, 6'2", only 18 years of age, already quite a good-looking player. Good tackling, good positioning, brave, good anticipation, can jump, he's quick. 18, he's already a leading first league player who could improve significantly, so I think it's a very good sign, and very much in the ilk of Murillo, who joined in very similar circumstances from another youth team. So that seems to be working well for us at the minute. So maybe I should be keeping an eye on it a little bit more. But yeah, so he's the only one coming in, and then obviously we know the players who are leaving. So that probably leaves us. We probably have our so committed spending is about 12k. So at the minute we've got about 3.5 left to spend, but we don't know what budgets will be with us being in Europe. So we'll progress, we'll see what that is, and we'll come back when we have something interesting. So it was literally like 2 clicks. The board have pretty much given us exactly what we're working with at the minute. 15.75k, so really no increase in wage. I'm not really surprised because the club are really overspending at the minute anyway. It's a little bit disappointing because you thought you might have got a little bit more with being in Europe, but no. Of course, a little bit of transfer budget as well, but yeah, it's basically what we already had. So, not much difference. So we have a little bit of money to work with. Potentially could move on some of the higher earners. If we put that into here. Where is it? General wage. I mean, Aubergeon, Emery Moore, those kind of players could potentially leave. Everyone else is kind of a high earner. It's quite a good player. So probably want to keep them. Yeah, so not a lot to work with, but we'll see what we can do. So some interesting news. Interesting news. The board are planning to build a new stadium. I don't know with which money, but apparently that's what's happening. I don't think it's anything soon because they're still in the process of searching for suitable sites and investors. They want to go back to their home city of Sezana. The board are appointing this not be a smooth process. It'll be some time. So going to be a little bit of time, but at the minute we are, of course, renting the Sportny Park in Pistoia. So I didn't realise we weren't in our home city. I didn't know Sezana was a city either, which is interesting to learn. Other things, we have started our National A, so we're doing our 1-year monthly coaching course. That'll take 4 months. So we will, of course, see a little bit of a rep I can't speak. A little bit of a rep boost and attribute boost once that's complete. And then you never know, could start to see a few more job offers come in, and we're going to have a little bit more pull in the world of football. But yeah, nothing's happened. Of course, we've only moved a couple of days, so we will come back when we have hopefully some transfer news, because all we've talked about is other stuff so far. So the qualifiers have come around much quicker than expected. We haven't really done anything. We played 2 preseason friendlies, but they've already came around. As you can see, it's a hell of a tough draw. Slavia Prague away. They are a 3.5-star reputation team. Obviously, we don't have the Czech league loaded in. Is that Brazil? I thought that was Brazilian, Oscar, for a second. Yeah, we are almost certainly on the end of a battering. We will play both legs in this episode and then wrap up any transfers before our first game of the season. Very good chance that we're going to go out with these, so we'll do what we can. Transfer-wise, we've not done anything. Yeah, we've just not been able to bring anyone in. The squad is pretty bare bones as it stands. We have, in total, 18 players, 2 of those youth players. We have offered proper contracts to Rock Pahor. He's on a proper deal, as is Sandy Kanka. They were on youth deals previously. So those are 2 young players who will qualify as those Slovenian under-21s. For the team. Other than that, we've offered a new deal to Noel Murillo. He's down until 2029 now. We added a contract extension onto Gobranak, so he's here till 2028. Kursija, another one, he's on a new contract till 2028. And I think that's it. Everyone else was obviously already under contract. So a couple of players who are tired. Obviously, there's no EU rule or anything like that in the Europa qualifiers, so we can start Jorg Obrajon. He's our only real out-and-out striker at the minute, so there is a good chance that he will probably play. One thing that's kind of weird is Pajaro has became homegrown in nation and at club, but that doesn't qualify. I think that qualifies us for... I think it should qualify us for... So what's weird is he qualifies for... Hang on. Let's go into the registration. So, yeah, so he does qualify as trained by us. So he is homegrown at club, as is obviously the 2 youth players we've got. So he's really vital that we want to keep. Obviously, he's 2028. He's got a contract extension anyway. We don't need to extend it yet. But yeah, because he's been here from the ages of... whatever it is that you need to get. I don't think he's qualified, but maybe with the weird way we've done the database he is. I don't know. But somehow he's qualified for homegrown at club, so he's absolutely vital that we keep. He is an absolute starter week in, week out. But one weird thing is he still shows up as foreign, non-EU, even though he's clearly eligible for these things. I wonder if he needs some kind of nationality. I mean, he's got it takes ages to get it in Slovenia, so I wouldn't expect him to get it. But yeah, so that's the way it goes. So we are playing Slavia Prague for our first game of the qualifiers. We've only got the 1 new boy in, but we've got a squad. And that's the important thing. So this is the team that we've got for the away leg. We've got Kursija in goal, back 4 of Agu, Moretti, Ortola making his debut, and Danuzzo at left back. Faye and Goranak in midfield. We would probably be starting Murillo, but he's not really match fit yet, so we'll keep him out just for now. Diarra on the right, Pajaro on the left, Zizek and Obrajon up top. Obrajon obviously really needs to do something because he hasn't scored yet. I think we're going to get battered here. I really do. Good chance we get battered. If we get absolutely hammered, we may not do the second leg on camera. Like if we get beat like 8-0, there's obviously no point playing the second game on camera. But you never know. I've had some weird results. Oh, they didn't like that. Yeah, we are massive underdogs. So they're a 3.5-star team. We're a 1.5-star team. We'll get 80k for going out at this round. So not a lot. And, I was celebrating the cup win, thinking we really wanted to get to this stage. Now we've actually got our opposition. I mean, of all the teams we got, this was the hardest one. We could have got some much easier sides, and we're already a goal down after 3 minutes. Somehow don't think we'll be playing the second leg on camera. I really don't. But we will probably do the Conference League qualifiers. So obviously we came really close to winning the league last year. So we probably won't do a ton of league games on camera next season. Of course we'll do some, but I don't want to do so many that it's just the same as the first season. Ideally, we go on a little bit of a Conference League qualifier run, and we can do those games on camera to start the season, and then kind of just progress through the league a bit. Obviously, we won't just skip through the whole season. We are 2 goals down. It is not happening today. We are massively out. Hands up. We are massively outplayed here. This is just basically pre-season for us at this point. We just need to do as well as we can. Try not to let it affect us too much. But yeah, there's just a massive gap. There is a huge gap between the 2 clubs. We know that. We know that's the case. And yeah, I mean, if we get a little bit of money, then that's great. That's what we need. But we will be going into the Conference League second qualifiers, most likely, unless something really crazy happens and this is just a bad start and we actually are good. But that Linger's very good. He scored 2. And he's a shadow striker as well. This is very, very fancy stuff at Slavia Prague. Not going well for us. Some bad ratings there. Some players are tired. Some players on bookings. Yeah, we need to... we will make some changes, of course. So we will tell the boys. Very unhappy with it. Emre Moore will come on. He needs some fitness, as does Marios. He's going to come on for the tired Goranak. Shaibu could do with a bit of fitness as well, so he's going to come on for Diarra. We will then bring on no one else. We don't need to bring the youngsters on just yet. We will look to get them involved, but this is probably a little bit too early. Probably going to be more the league. Board objectives for the season is to finish in the top half, so they're really not expecting us. Oh, Jorg Obrachon's got his first goal. I don't even know what happened. It just kind of seemed to bounce off his head. I think they tried to... The way he got his first goal, they cleared the ball and it bounced off his head. It's 2-1. We're back in, boys. The changes have made a massive difference, apparently. We're back in. You never know. You never quite know. I think they're going to score here. But yeah, the board won us... Oh, Danutso's got himself sent off. What are you doing? We don't have a left back for the second leg now. Really struggling to bring players in. There's just no one... They're just not good enough, or... They just don't want to play for us, which is perfectly acceptable. We don't have a left back. All right, Agu, you're going to go left back. Egan Riley is going to come on for Zizek. He is not fit. He's still injured, but he's going to have to play. He recovers in 2 days, so he can do 30 minutes. And then Obrachon up top. Yeah, it's 2-1, which, yeah, I mean, we're thankful to just be at this point. And it's 3-1. I thought he was offside. Yeah, he is offside. The linesman's put his flag up. It is indeed offside. I mean, we're doing all right. 2-1. We are getting battered. Like, look at the stats. We are getting battered. But the fact that it's only 2-1, given that we've got the home leg in the second leg, it does give us a little bit of something to play for. So as long as it remains like this, we will do the second game on camera. I thought we were going to be on the end of a battering, and we still might be on the end of a battering. There's still plenty of time left. It's 3-1. That's not without the question. If it's a 4-1 or a 5-1, then we probably won't do it because we're probably not going to lose any. We're probably going to lose anyway. Do we just do it anyway for the crack? I think we just do it anyway. I don't think there's going to be any transfers. I can't really even call it a transfer special. So we'll do it anyway. We'll do the second leg anyway, just to see some of the players, some more. I mean, you already know the players, but you never know. We might have someone in the door by then. We are really struggling to bring players in, but you never know. We might have a loan in or something. I have already started to look at the loans because the free market is just, the free transfer market is just so bad. We are just never going to find anyone. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to do... I shouldn't have started talking about the 2-1. I really shouldn't. I was going to make some changes, bring the youngsters on, but we can't really fit them in now. We've only got one striker because we're down to 10 men. We will keep that in mind. We were actually at 2-1 before we went down to 10 men. So, and at least Obrachon's got his first goal. So you never know, he might turn good. He's been awful so far, but he's not really had a good run because of the EU rules. And it's 4-1. I think that's us done. I don't know. Maybe we won't. Yeah, I don't think we'll do the second game on camera. I was thinking about it, but yeah, no. There's no point, is there? We're definitely going out. Do we just do it anyway? We might as well. Like I say, we might as well just do it, even if we're on the end of another battering. At least it shows us where we've got to go, because there is a big gap. That is very poor from their goalkeeper. Go on, Shaibu. Get us one back. Oh my God, I thought Obrachon had scored a second. Thought he hadn't scored at all, and now he scored 2. He scored, and he's on a 6.9. That shows you how bad he is. Emre Moore's just awful. His stats all look good. He's a star first league player, apparently. I just don't know how to use him. I don't know how to use him. I don't know whether to convert him to a DM. Maybe he'd be better off there. He just does not seem to have any techers going forward. Oh my God, Shaibu. Thought he was going to just play Obrejon in there. Murillo. Oh, why? Shaibu's looking good, to be fair. Shaibu's done okay since he's come on. Everyone else has had a stinker, but really poor from us. The goalkeeper did okay, to be fair. He's probably faced a million shots. Yeah, really, really not good from us. Can't be too harsh, though, because, like I say, there is a big gap, and that is where you would expect us to be. But a poor start for us. Danuto's going to miss out, so Egan Riley needs to get fit, sharpish. We do have a friendly in between, but we might as well do the second leg. Why not? Like I say, we'll cover any transfers if we do it. Ooh, behind the scenes look. We may hopefully bring those boys in. If not, then we will be back for the second leg. So for our second and last game of the episode, we are at home to Slavia Prague in the second leg of that qualifier. We are almost certainly going out after losing 4-1 in the away leg. This is the team we're going with. No, this is not the team we're going with. Kasija. What the hell is Fermisek doing in goal? Kasija in goal. Egan Riley at right back. Moretti and Ortola in centre back. Agu moves to left back. Faye and Murillo in midfield. Diarra, Pajaro, Zizek and Obrejon, who did score the game. We have made a couple signings, as you can see. The first one is Stipe Cianci. He is a 18-year-old Croatian centre-back. We've not made the mistake we made last season, only bringing them until February. We scouted them. He looked good. He's still got a little bit of work to do, but he's very determined and he's, decent. Leading first league, he joins us. He has played 2 games for Rijeka in Croatia. He's on a season-long loan there, not paying any of his wages. Brilliant stuff. The second one is Ivan Mamut. He is a 29-year-old, 6-foot Croatian striker on £1,600 a week, so we're paying him a fair whack, but he's a star first league player. He's been scoring goals in Croatia. He's been in Malaysia. He's been predominantly in Croatia, but he signs on a 3-year deal for £1,600. It's a little bit much for someone who only looks kind of good, but he's good, he's big, and he's going to be our new pressing forward. So hopefully he can start to get in the goals. He is, of course, EU national, so but they can't feature today because they aren't registered, because we obviously signed them after the registration. So we're almost certainly going to be on the end of another spanking here, but we might as well see some of the more of the new boys as well. Well, the new boy. We haven't seen much of the others. You never know. We are at home, so there could be there could be something crazy happen. You wouldn't expect it. We'd have to win by 3 goals, more than 3 goals. 3 goals would just see us go to extra time. But you never know. You never know. I do think this is pretty much what the squad's going to look like. I think we'll probably have Agu back to right back, and then Danuzzo in at left back. We do still need a left back. We haven't been able to replace him. Moretti might lose out to the new centre back. That is a good chance, and we'll probably be playing the new boy up top with the Zizek. Zizek, I don't know whether we're going to play the new boy in an advanced forward or whether we play him where he'd be preferred at pressing forward. Whether we try and stick, someone else up top. I don't know. We obviously need to get our under-21 player in as well, which would probably be more in the advanced forward position. So it could be a big change in there. We do obviously need an under-21 in. We haven't been able to find one, so chances are we'll have to sort of game it next season and take them off at the start. But obviously we will give them a chance to come on. Obviously we want to, our own players to make some progress. So I think one thing we'll probably do is not just take them off straight away. I'm just thinking about it now. Good save by Kasija. One thing I'll probably do is try and give them at least a half. But we are obviously going to go for the league title. The board just want us to finish top half. We obviously want to be finishing at least top 3 because that will give us Europe again. We did finish second though, so ideally we can improve on that. We will be going into it, of course, on the back of these heavy defeats, which can mess with morale a little bit. And we also are a little bit tired as well. We are probably, I would say, a slightly weaker squad than we were at the start of last season, perhaps. Pajaro gets one back. It's 1-0 on the night, 4-2 on Ag. You never know. Miracles do happen. Pajaro getting his first of the season. Good ball in from Egan Riley to give us the lead. Even if we just win today, even if we don't obviously overcome the massive deficit, then I would be happy. You never know, they might have heavily rotated thinking that they were going to just win. I mean, they haven't, because I'm looking at the side and it's all the same players: Linger, Jurasek. There's weird stuff though when you get to playing in this playing away from home in Europe. We will make a change. Emre Moore will come on for Diarra. He's a little bit unfit, sorry, not playing too well. Other than that, we'll leave it as is. Obviously, we don't need to make any changes. We're doing well. I do think Murillo will be the player to start in midfield. It's really a toss-up between him and Goranak, but I think that's who we go with. I think the three's fine. I don't think we need another. Egan Riley can obviously play ball-winning midfielder as well. He can play centre-back. He can play right-back. So he's pretty much our utility cover player, which is always good to have. We will make a couple changes now, though, as players start to get tired. We will bring Goranak on for Murillo. Unfortunately, we can't really take Agu off because we don't have anyone to replace him. We will bring Shaibu on for Pizarro, the goal scorer. We'll leave it there, and when we've got about 20 minutes to go, we'll see what one of the new boys can do. We obviously have 2 strikers on the bench. We did see Sandy last time, so we'll probably bring the other one on just to see what he can do. We might as well. I mean, there's only 20 minutes left. We might as well bring them both on, especially if Prague score here, because that's it's only 2 goals, so we could in theory get ourselves back. But if they score here, which they have done, we'll bring the 2 new boys on. We're not getting back into the tie. We'll bring Sandy on as pressing forward and Rock Pahor as advanced forward as one better. Okay, we'll do it the other way around. Rock can be the pressing forward, Sandy the advanced forward. The 2 youngsters coming on up top. Obviously, Sandy did play, I think, a game or 2 last season, but Rock making his debut for the club, Mr. 9. Obviously, these are our 2 under-21 options going in for the league season. We need to play one of them, and it's probably going to be, well, it'll definitely be one of those 2. I'm thinking it'll probably be Sandy, but you never know. We might play Rock as pressing forward. We'll have to play it by ear, see how they get on, and see if any of them actually develop. Obviously, Sandy's made some decent progress. He's what's considered a second league player. Rock's done really well there to win the ball back, so fair play to him. Goranak into Sandy, back to Goranak, over the top to Emre Moore, into Sandy Kaka, and Kanka gets his first goal for the club. And I was just saying, he has been making decent progress. He's now a second division quality player. Good ball in from Emre Moore, to be fair. He's not been great, has he? But he's done really well there. And Sandy gets his first goal for the club, and hopefully he can do that in the league games, because if he does, then I don't have to hook him off after 20, 30 minutes. But if obviously he starts to play really badly, he's not up to the level, we're not going to play him. But no, he's done really well there. Good finish, took his finish, and they both looked pretty positive in that move. Obviously, Rock winning the ball back, Sandy finishing it. I much prefer their first names. It's just Rock and Sandy. Lovely stuff. I mean, it'll be fun to at least see if we can try and improve these players while they're here. Obviously, we're not going to be here for the super long term, but it will be fun. 2-1 on the night. I'm happy with that. We did ourselves proud. Of course, we did. And I think that's a good result. We obviously we do go out, which is to be expected. But, it is what it is. Rock making his debut. Good stuff. We got 85k for playing in that game. And then we got 85k for going out as well. So not bad at all. We will have a league game in between, but obviously we like I said, we did the league last season, so I think we need to do the qualifiers. That'll be more fun. So we will do Sabutalo in the next episode, the home and away leg in the second round of the Conference League. I don't know who they are. They're a Georgian team, apparently. Do they actually have players? They only have a few, so you never know. We could come up. We could do okay here. They're a 2.5-star team. We're a 2-star team. I think this is the level where you could win. You could go past it. So that would be really good. Obviously, we'll get a bit of money for that. Well, I should have fixed a bit of the financial issues there, which is good. So we are now 150k in the positive. Obviously, we hope to make a little bit more than that. But we do go into this one as well, into the second leg, where second round, so you get 300k if you go out. So we should get a little bit there. And hopefully we can progress there, because obviously the further you go, the more money you get when you go out. Ideally, we could get to the 4th round, because I mean, obviously, ideally we qualify for the table. Even if we lose every game, as long as we qualify, that would be huge. Obviously, our coefficiency will be really poor because we've never been in Europe before, so we are going to get the tougher teams, I think, is the way it works. But we'll do our best. I think 4-1 loss and a 2-1 win, I think that's more than respectable. If we can keep a clean sheet in the first one and potentially get a couple goals, keep a clean sheet in the only concede 1 or 2 in the second, as long as we draw the second game, and if we can win the home game, draw the second one, that would see us go through. That would be good stuff. Obviously, we'll hopefully get those new players registered for those games as well, but we will do the league games off camera for that episode. So that's going to do it. We will probably have some more transfers, hopefully. We've still got a little bit of budget to play with, so hopefully we'll be able to bring some players in. But that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a weird one. It was kind of a transfer special, new countries, qualifiers. It was a little bit long, but hopefully you did enjoy it, and I'll see you all for that next episode with the Conference League second round qualifiers very soon.